Hey, everyone, Chris Fix here, and today we're tackling a job that seems small but packs a punch for your truck's performance, changing spark plugs in a '99 Chevy Silverado 1500. It might seem intimidating, but trust me, with a little guidance, you've got this. Worn-out spark plugs can cause your engine to misfire, guzzle gas like a thirsty truck, and even make it tough to start. We're going to walk through this together, step by step, to get your Silverado running smoother and more powerfully than ever. Let's get started. Before we dive in, let's gather our tools. You'll need a socket wrench, a spark plug socket, usually size 5/8 inch, an extension for your socket wrench, a torque wrench, a gap gauge, and some dielectric grease. Don't forget your safety glasses and a rag or two. Having the right tools makes any job easier. Safety first. Make sure your engine is completely cool before you get started. We don't want any burns. Next, disconnect the negative battery cable. This prevents any electrical mishaps while we work. With that done, we're ready to move on to the spark plugs themselves. Section 4. Swapping out the old for the new. Now locate your spark plugs. In your '99 Silverado, they're tucked under those ignition coils on the engine. Carefully remove the electrical connector from each ignition coil and use your socket wrench to unscrew them. With the coils out of the way, you can access the spark plugs. Use your spark plug socket and extension to carefully loosen and remove each plug. Now let's check the gap on your new spark plugs using your gap gauge. The gap should be within the specifications listed in your owner's manual. Once the gaps are correct, apply a dab of dielectric grease to the threads of each new spark plug. Now carefully thread the new spark plugs into place by hand. Once they're snug, use your spark plug socket to tighten them just a bit more. Don't over-tighten. With the new spark plugs in, it's time to reinstall the ignition coils. Make sure they're seated properly and tighten them down. Reconnect the electrical connectors to the coils. Almost there. Section 5. Troubleshooting and celebrating your victory. Reconnect your negative battery cable, and you're ready to fire up your Silverado. Listen closely for a smooth, strong engine sound. If you run into any hiccups, double-check your work. A loose connection or a gap that's slightly off can make all the difference. Remember, you just accomplished something awesome. You took charge and gave your Silverado the love it deserves. And if you ever have any questions, you know where to find me right here on Chris Fix. Keep on wrenching.